Hello again, and thanks for tuning in, and welcome back to all our subscribers. This is the final episode in the story of a fantastic trip into Namibia. In this video, we travel from the Kunene River all the way down to Spitzkoppe. I hope you enjoy it. Namibia is on the west coast of southern Africa. We were right up on the Angolan border at Camp Synchro, having just come down Van Sail's Pass the previous day. The route takes us back through the Marienfluss, past Roydrom and the old marble mine, and on to Opuwa. From there we make our way up to Epupa Falls and then on to Ruacana. From Ruacana we head south past Etosha and on to Spitzkoppe. We left Camp Synchro while it was still dark to catch the dawn light over the Marienfluss, and it was absolutely beautiful. This wreck of a car was as a result of a landmine during the Bush War. We drove past a number of deserted himba kraals. The drought had been severe, and these nomadic people just pack up their meagre belongings and move to greener pastures. I always thought that Roydrom was a weird name for a settlement, but when you get there, you realize they got the name spot on. The marble mine had been shut down a few years ago when it became no longer profitable. Another deserted village. We were dishing out water and groceries whenever we could. Hey, another lonesome man. The distance and road conditions into Opuwa caught us out, and we arrived at Opuwa Country Lodge at about 10 p.m, tired and dusty. The next day after breakfast in the lodge, we filled up, stocked up, and had a puncture repaired, and then we were on our way to the Overhimba Living Museum. It was super interesting to see how these proud people cling to a way of life virtually unchanged since the 16th century. We stayed with the Overhimba for a good few hours, and then it was on to Epupa Falls and Omarungu campsite. With the upstream floodgates closed at Ruacana, the water level at Epupa was very low. Despite the low water levels, I got up early the next morning and took a hike up to the lookout spot. It was easy to imagine what these falls would look like if they would be in a lot of water. Next time maybe. A quick breakfast which included freshly baked camp bread, and we hit the road. This time on our own, as the rest of the group wanted to go back to the Himba village and we wanted to see Ruacana. We stopped off at Camp Corny and were pleasantly surprised. Then we drove past Zebra Mountains, an amazing geological spectacle of dikes. On through a bit of a dodgy spot where the road had been washed away, and then we eventually reached the turn-off to Kunene River Lodge. It was only a 50-kilometer drive to Ruacana Falls, but as expected, with the low flow of water, the spectacle was a bit disappointing. The drive along the Kunene from Epupa had been spectacular. A long drive now awaited us, as we had to go via Windhoek for our COVID test, not knowing that we could have done it at the border. Anyway, at last, Spitzkoppe loomed up ahead. We had an amazing campsite in between two massive domes of granite. The sunrise and the colors on the Spitzkoppe in the morning was stunning. Time for a lovely cooked breakfast, and then it was the start of a long haul back to Joburg. With a stop just past Keertmanshoop and another just before Kuruman at Red Sands. That concludes the story of that wonderful trip. I certainly hope you enjoyed it. Catch you next time.